Welcome everybody to another episode of the Providence Lucha Talk. I'm your boy Jay.
And it's Lucito.
AEW. Thank you everybody who's been supporting our TikTok page, liking our AEW conversation. But Forbidden Door, did it met your expectation? Was the quality of each match worth the extensive time that they put you in? I didn't watch it. I'm gonna be upfront.
I watch the highlights.
Yeah, that's what I do.
Yeah.
I watch highlight because I'm an old man. I like to sleep by 10. I like to just watch the highlight and all the gimmicks. So, what's your thoughts on Forbidden Door?
So, for what I've seen and kind of what I've seen in Instagram, Twitter, on YouTube, and everything, and the reviews and everything, it was. I think it was better than the first one, Forbidden Door. Basically, this Forbidden Door 2. It was better. I like that. I think overall they had enough time for every match. I feel like there's some booking issues that we mentioned on the last episode. Kind of the Jungle Boy with I think it was Okada for Sonata for the New Japan Heavyweight Champion. That kind of for us didn't make sense. Or same thing Daniel Bryan. So there's some booking stuff that we could have arranged. But overall it was great. I think they have specific matches that I think it could be matches of the year. And they could also continue part 3 to finish out the story between amongst them.
I thought this was part 3.
But I think that there's enough juice for one more.
So, ladies and gentlemen, if you don't know, out of AEW and New Japan, Kenny and Ospreay had a match. Yeah. Where I think Kenny is the one that came out on top.
Yeah, so Kenny had the title. He relinquished it. I think it was Moxley. Then either Mox's or I think Juice Robinson had the US. Then it was back and forth, but Kenny went back. It was
no. The history between Kenny and Ospreay, right? Mm-hmm. Before AEW and New Japan, they already had a match.
Correct.
Kenny came out on top on that match.
Correct.
On the second term, Ospreay came out on top.
Mm-hmm.
So
and Kenny beat him at New Japan. It's kind of like the fourth. Yeah.
Jesus.
But it's still those two are kind of like you could give them matches and they'll give you
honestly they could run it back 10 times and to me it's equivalent to the Uso and the New Day.
Yeah,
it's refreshing. Yeah. Kevin Owen and Sami Zayn it's still refreshing. I mean like John Cena, Randy Orton still refreshing. You can run it back over and over and I won't be mad at it.
But I like that.
Rock, Triple H, Stone Cold, you can run that back. I'm just a little bit confused on like the story behind it because now they're saying this was 2 and we might get 3, which I don't mind 3 because I thought Dom was going to interfere the Elite match against BCC, but it turns out he interfered with the Kenny match, giving him the brass knuckle to Ospreay, where Ospreay was able to end it. And honestly, there is no upset whatsoever. Everything was well done. He was trying to do the fallen angel on Kenny, and Kenny
he kicked out on one.
On one. This is the second time Kenny jumps out of one when someone tried to use his move on him. He like, no, this is my move. And he sold it well, bro. How professional are those two?
And also one of the, I think they did a Tiger Driver 97.
Mm-hmm.
That should be banned. It should be banned.
It's scary.
But Ospreay did it great. And also he was smart enough to market, he do much about that. Because Kenny landed awkwardly, but he's smart with it about marketing. But that match was probably the best match out of all of them. It was tough whoever followed up after that, but I feel like overall it was good. We got new champions, which was Ospreay. The Daniel Bryan one was great. It was kind of like a super technical.
I was surprised that was the closer. That was good.
But it was a great technical for both, and kind of like a little different than whatever Kenny didn't the stuff that they couldn't do or didn't get to. I feel Daniel Bryan finished it out with more technical and old school catch wrestling.
I'm just mad that Okada didn't get the job done. That's the only thing I'm mad at because that was my pick.
Yeah,
that was my pick.
But I didn't expect Jungle Boy to turn on Hook.
Yeah,
stupid decision, I think. but Hook needed somebody to go against him because I feel like everybody in the roster is kind of scared of him. So I feel Jungle Boy, him being young and kind of switching out. I saw a tweet recently that there was like, Jungle Boy trying to be like Christian Cage. They put him side by side. They're similar, so I don't know if it's like he literally morphing into Christian Cage from the stuff that mentoring him, but it was Jungle Boy needed it. I feel like he was just too much of a babyface, which was great, but like there was a cap to it. So I feel like if you could have people boo you, eventually they'll learn to love you afterwards.
I rather Jungle Boy to be. I could see him being hated now. Love him again. I don't know. He's still vanilla for my liking.
But we'll see what he does as a heel. Who knows?
I could see him still being vanilla. I could see Hook being dominant, taking control of the matchup. I could see, Cage, Christian Cage, a Luchasaurus, giving him a hand, seeing that he joined the dark side. Yeah. I mean, look what happened on Dynamite. He did a promo where, he was like self-glorifying, which is, well done as a heel. The deliverance was a little bit
he's not
there.
A talker, so.
Yeah, it was not there for me, but I got the message. Yeah. And Jungle Boy, I don't know if you watched this, but Kyle Fletcher disagreed that you are smashing the baddest girl in AEW.
I think he is, but just
over Sky Blue? Kyle Fletcher got Sky Blue. Jungle Boy got who? Anna Jay?
Anna Jay.
I don't know. Hey, your pick out there, America. You,
Anna Jay or Sky Blue?
Hey, Wrestling Universe, who are watching this, you tell us who is the baddest girl right now. Or, matter of fact, scratch that. Who is the hottest couple? Is it Jungle Boy and Anna Jay? Or is it Kyle Fletcher and Sky Blue? Let us know who's the hottest couple right now. All right? Let's continue.
I got Jungle Jay, so.
I already see that. From that match, we also have other results. Athena winning her matchup. CM Punk winning his match. We had Sting, Darby, and is it Keith?
Naito.
Naito being the surprise guest. It was not Kenta.
I wasn't expecting that one, but it makes sense now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Beating Chris Jericho, Sammy Guevara, and so-and-so, Suzuki. We had the Elite winning against BCC. We had...
And also, you notice that none of the Elite won. It was the people from New Japan pinning each other. So everybody was protected.
Which is fine.
Well, sorry, Yuta got... We knew Yuta was going to get the pin, but it was...
Yes, yeah. MJF defeating Takanashi.
And he's flying it out.
And he was out. It's savage.
That's what Roman should do.
First of all, MJF, how... I understand you're a hell of a heel, but how the hell you scare the New Japan's news reporter and just be like, is that pink? Is that pink foam you're using? And she was like, yes it is. I'm done. Bye. Yeah. Like, bro, like...
he's amazing. I met him in person at Comic-Con. He's
staying character. Yeah. I bet he does. Yeah. But like that method of acting is like, wow. But like when I saw that, I was like, bro, you got to go to Japan and try to pull that stunt in Japan, see if it works out.
I think it works for heels over there. The one that didn't work was for Logan Paul. He was, I think when they landed on, I don't know if you saw the video, but they landed in England and in a bus and a bunch of people started throwing Prime at him.
Yeah,
and I was like...
But that's not Japan, though. That was the UK. Yeah. And he had a K5, KSI
with him.
And KSI is from there, and he also got... But Logan Paul is not an idiot. It turns out that for one of the soccer team, they're going to be using Prime over the Gatorade, which is like, this kid is winning in life. Like, I'm not mad at his hustle. I'm not mad.
So it's all marketing. He knows how to do it,
but golly, like, oh my God. Like,
I think Forbidden Door was great. I think there was, for me, some booking stuff that could have been, especially for the tournament, for the women's side. Now you have, I think the tournament should have been a way to elevate new talent, for me. Especially for the Owen Hart, women's tournament and the men's tournament. But now you have Athena and Willow Nightingale, which is fine, but it's just like champion versus champion, and they face each other. Cool. But it's like, I would have preferred Willow against Starks, so at least you have a new person coming through the bracket. And I think I forgot the other side. I think you might have Britt Baker. They haven't figured that out. That's next week and Collision and stuff, but I think you have Britt Baker. You basically have people that fuse with each other, which is fine, but like, give people a chance, like, your up-and-coming people or new faces. But, I don't know. That's the same thing that's going to happen for the men's. I think it's CM Punk against most likely Samoa Joe, because I think Samoa Joe against Roderick Strong on that side, and you have
damn, you already picking out who's advancing for me.
No, but it's just like that, which is fine. They do the story and booking against, like, they have history and put them together, but it's like, you roster is bloated with, like, staff, use them. Like, I know you need brand name and stuff, but it's just like, put them against somebody else, but don't do, for me, it's like, don't do Roderick Strong and Samoa Joe. Do, like, Samoa Joe against somebody, I don't know, like Stu Grayson or somebody, like, that could compete, and it's like a new person rather than, like, just throwing people out there.
What if Strong surprise you and beat Samoa Joe?
Could happen. But I would like to see, I don't want to, but I would like to see CM Punk and Joe again.
Okay.
Because that will give you more rating for them. Especially they can continue it at, I think, either at a Dynamite or Collision. So,
and that's a good update on the bracket for the Owen Hart Cup or tournament. Followed by Forbidden Door. There are injuries, okay? Mm-hmm. Adam Cole did not perform his match due to illness, even though he was there on Dynamite to hear who was going to be his blind partner, which turns out to be MJF. I could see where that story's working, honestly. They could be buddies for a bit, but I could see a Jericho MJF part 2-ish from this. True. You know what I'm saying? But we'll see. We also have Bryan Danielson. He's out for at least 4 to 6 months. And Brie, his wife, show the actual X-ray that he really broke his arm.
Yeah, and he continued, which is, it's also all adrenaline too, but
but like he was a G. Yeah. He went out there and he performed well. But he is going to be out for 4 to 6 months. And Sting, even though he won his match in Forbidden Door, Dynamite, it was a part 2 match. The Painmaker Jericho was Sammy versus Darby, and Sting still taking these bumps, still making some risky move at the age of 64. But it seems Father Time does not forgive, and Sting might be out for a couple of weeks.
Do you think they're using Sting correctly? Or do you think he's trying to...
They're using him as necessary as possible.
Okay.
So, yes, correctly in a way of managing how much the right type of matchup, the right moment that they feel he could impact or elevate a certain matchup. For example, there was like a street fight between Darby and I forgot who was his partner versus the Acclaim. I think it was the Acclaim or the Gun Boys. It was one of the two. And
the cinematic one?
It was not cinematic because Sting appeared from a top.
Okay.
One of those pillars on the top of the stage, and he jumped down and did a crossbody on the Gun Boys or the Acclaim. It was one of the two. Someone correct me. But those type of moments help that match because not a lot of people believed in what the current people in that match were doing. Yeah. So Sting helped elevate the funny moment that he had with Orange Cassidy. You know, he's doing the little kick to kick thing. I was like, yeah, that makes sense. How people get back involved in the matchup, build that story up. Because of that funny moment, you know, Darby got distracted and then got boom. You know what I'm saying? Toss over. So Sting is being used incorrectly. You just got to manage like the timing. You know what I'm saying? Make sure you preserving him for a really, really special moment. Also, shout out to my boy Orange Cassidy, man. Retaining the shit out of that belt, man. He said, I would not let this go.
I think they should run him back, or at least him and Shibata.
All 4 of them?
Or at least him and Shibata.
All 4 of them?
No, at least do the all 3 champions together, or him and Shibata for the All-Atlantic.
Man, Orange Cassidy, I want you to step your game up and go for the pure championship match. Ring of Honor pure championship match. I believe you could do it.
Oh, yeah.
I believe he can do it. All joke aside, all gimmick aside.
Yes, but nah.
All gimmick. Yo, you come up with your gimmick and all, but I believe in my heart you will.
Shibata's gonna got his number.
For the pure championship, comment down below who will win that championship match. If you believe that Orange Cassidy got it, let me know down below, guys.
Shibata.
But Orange Cassidy did have a help for his matchup. It was JAS versus Orange Cassidy. Keith Lee, not white beard, not old man, not time traveling Keith Lee, but Keith Lee.
Just from Man Keith Lee.
And El Hijo de Vaquino, the AAA champion, all in the matchup. I thought that match was fun to watch. Yeah. Like with the 10 minutes of it, I thought it was amazing watching the highlights. So what's your thoughts?
Keith Lee, I'm glad Keith Lee's back. I feel like his, what is it, time capsule? I forgot who,
you said he was old.
He is old. I don't know, me and him, I don't know, but he needs to go back to Just for Men and start, dyeing the hair. But, in order for me to, be taken seriously, he needs to be, look young. Because he had an old look. He's not going to be able to, go for any championship. But I think overall it was good. I liked how they're using Hijo de Vikingo sparingly throughout. He just needs to sometimes chill out. And that's his style, but, he's young, do whatever you want, but it's just, it's going to catch up to you. Look at Matt Hardy, look at Jeff Hardy, look at, everybody who's, crazy aerial,
You're right.
But overall, I like that he got, they ended up getting the win. It was good. But Keith Lee, I expect better things now that, he got a little, refurbished look. So,
funny thing about Keith Lee, guys, right? As we guys know, there is a blind eliminator tag team tournament that's occurring, and it was announced on Dynamite that Orange Cassidy and Darby are going to be partnering up, and they're going to be facing Keith Lee
and
Swerve. Swerve Stickerland is back together, reunited, it feels so good.
That stuff, they're just wasting,
do you think it's a waste of time?
You think it's a waste of time? From Tony Khan, somebody that's loves wrestling and it's a student of the game and everything. There's other brands like Impact or Ring of Honor or whatever that done, even WWE, they've done tournaments like this. Though you put random people, let them draw it out from a tumbler. That's more you don't know who you got. So let's say you have 32 people, 16 teams, pick random, and that's your partner. That's similar how they do
what if that was the case? What if he pulled out his name and was shoot?
Nah. But especially those two teams, what are the odds of them two picking each other?
No, hey, if it was a raffle, right?
They should have showed us something like that,
and then he stick his hand in, pull it out, or a magnet on the wall with a piece of paper. Yeah. He randomly pick one and was shoot. Him again?
Yeah. But I feel like they missed an opportunity for a segment just to buy time. A segment of them picking each other. A segment of it's a TV show. Stretch it out.
There's a lot happening though. There's a lot.
But you could have done it.
Because you got the Johnny Moxley and Eddie Kingston story. Now you got the Elite and BCC going to the Garden for the first time.
I'm thinking of going over that.
Bro, we're going to talk about it. July 19. We're talking about. But they're finally, first time.
That's what's happening.
Yeah. TD Garden in Boston, which that's huge, okay? You have the storyline of actually that's really the biggest one right now.
You have now the new one, Jungle Boy and Hook. That's another
Jungle Boy Hook.
Then you probably maybe have Sting and Jericho, but who knows? But you know what I'm saying? That may or may not result.
Sting is out for a bit, so yeah.
But it's just, for me, it's just like you have, back in the day, you only have TV time and 3 hours, that's all you got. Now you could have done.
It was 2 as well.
But you could have done that drawing on YouTube. You could have done the drawing on Twitter. You could have done it on Discord. You could have, whatever, but you have resources and time that you could have done and used. People like, oh, I want to be in the whatever. Like, you could have random people from Ring of Honor come over and be like, oh, I want to try out for whatever. Instead of being given a person, I feel like it just takes away from, it's a TV show. Like, stretch it out. With the stuff that they should be stretching out, they don't, and things that you need, like, time to develop and, like, give it time, they just like, all right, let's do this match. Like, no. Like, but I will say overall, from last week and from weeks before, I'm impressed. I like the intro of them. Of the Gun Club. I like when they took a little bit of Shawn Michaels, a little Triple H, but I like their new intro, and I feel like they look, they're
and we all know what is missing. 50 Cent, bless them with that track, bro. Bless them with that track, because that's the only thing that could like really. Mm-hmm. I heard like a fan making adding the audio track to their intro. It makes sense. Yeah. It makes so much
Tony
sense.
Could afford it. He'd be like, all right, just pay royalties or whatever.
Come on, 50. And you could announce your Power series through AEW too, my guy. Like, make it happen, 50. Make it. But yes, that's a conversation I would like to do in the near future of whose entrance is top tier. The Gun Boys, it's fire. It's fire. I cannot deny that. It's fire. It really is. Please be sure to like, subscribe, follow us on all of our social media. Our social media we're on TikTok, Providence Lucha Talk. We are in, Lucha Talk. We are in Instagram. We are in Facebook. We are on YouTube, where you can see the full episode visually with all the mistake and all, unless if I fix the lineup that I did for Money in the Bank, but we'll see. As well as Twitter, Providence Lucha Talk. You can listen to our podcast audibly on your favorite podcast media app. All you got to do is type in the word Providence Lucha Talk, and you'll be able to see us, support your boys, help us out, bring us those numbers and engagement up for us. We thank you in advance. There's no other announcement.
I think we cover it all until we'll get back to, Blood and Guts and other pay-per-views are coming up soon.
Yeah.
The Boston one should be good.
Yeah, we're going to figure out how we're going to get there. All right? So, I'm your boy, Jay.
And it's Susito.
We thank you. We appreciate you. Good night and peace.
See ya.